Hi guys, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are here with our female human noble Eurydice Cousland, and last time we went to the Pearl in Denerim, and we headed back to Orzammar for a bit to kind of clean up some side quests we had. So I thought this time we would go back to Denerim and finish the Crow's quest line, maybe talk to our companions some, see what other mischief we get into. So let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to point out that there's Schmooples. He has made his way to camp beside Liliana. I mean, the squeaking does get a little annoying at times, but it's still cute. So we will go ahead and head out. I actually wanted to go back to Redcliffe really quick. I forgot when we were there last time to do one of the Blackstone irregular quests. The last person we needed to talk to was there, so figured we should probably handle that. Let's take Sevron.
Yes.
And Shale.
Yes.
Okay, so just gotta run into the Chantry real quick. There's Shale back there. Thud, 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 thud. Okay. This should complete the notices of death quest for the Blackstone Irregulars, where we had to tell the 4 women that their husbands died. Where is she? I believe. Ah, there she is. Okay.
Yes?
I have a letter for you from Blackstone Irregulars.
All right. Let me take a look. What? This is terrible. My beloved.
Sorry. And that should have finished that off. So we'll just turn it into the guy right out here. And that'll be another one that we're done with. Hello.
The Irregulars thank you.
Of course.
And I'm off.
Do you have anything for me? No, of course you don't. Okay. Now we'll head to Denerim. We have to go turn in the Orzammar ambassador contract to Ignacio, and then we can pick up the last one. Ugh, that is a long trek. I wish they had put like a marker where you could just fast travel right into the center of town. Save a lot of time. Okay, so back to Denerim. Random encounter.
Never.
Oh, it's this one. There's like a million traps out here, if I remember correctly. Okay, we got an emissary over there.
These ones. Now. Trap. So simple to see. Don't look now. So simple to see, Ridley. Don't look now. Let's do this quickly, shall we?
Okay. Now we have to go disarm whichever ones didn't get triggered. Looks like only a couple of them got triggered, so that's not too bad. Okay.
Yes. All right. Going. Yes.
Okay. Ooh! Yay! Alright, looks like that's everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and level myself up. Let's see. Slowly increasing my willpower. I want to get it to 20, but I don't really use it that much because I don't use a lot of the talents, so I just kind of do it one little point at a time. Okay, so that'll max out our survival, which is awesome. Plus we'll get some nature and physical resistance, and we'll be able to see pretty much any kind of nearby enemy. Let's see. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab evasion, and then after that just kind of go into finishing out the dual weapon tree. So go ahead and go with that. Okay.
Dwarven crafts. Find dwarven craft.
Direct from Orzammar. Okay.
If I could have a moment. You've been busy traveling all over, and such tragic news you keep bringing.
Yes, it's very
I was
sad.
wondering if you'd check up on one more person. I'm sure you'll find this scroll quite interesting.
Alright. So, Arlhau's men have kidnapped a young boy and they're waiting for a ransom. So we have to go get rid of them and their leader to try to rescue the boy.
Dwarven crafts. Find dwarven craft. Direct from Orzammar.
Okay. Anything over here? No. Alright, so here we go. This is our target.
Attack!
Yeesh, Alistair. Take a health potion.
Now we play a little.
Oh, and Alistair went down. Is that everybody? Mostly? Oh, there's still one up there.
It doesn't know I'm composed of solid rock, yes?
Okay.
We're done here. Go back to your contact, quickly.
Sheesh.
I suppose I should be dust by now. I thank it for its help.
Anytime. Okay. Okay, we gotta go turn this back into Ignacio, and that will finish the crow's quest line.
Dwarven crafts. Find dwarven crafts. Direct from
Ooh. Ooh, those are nice. Probably give them to Zephyron.
I heard there was quite a scuffle in the alleyways. Well done, Warden.
Well done. Arl Howe betrayed us. The boy wasn't there.
Don't worry, Warden. Some friends have rescued the boy.
Friends
He's
of our
already
Jenny,
safely
perhaps?
home back with his father, his very important father. You took care of the father's other requirement. The man who kidnapped his son, Captain Chase, is quite dead. Thanks to you.
So who is this child?
That I can't say. But in time, I think you'll find out. Crows are hired for their discretion, as well as for their performance.
You actually will find out. I mean, he won't actually say, but in the Lands Meet, if you've done this quest, when people are calling out who they're supporting, he'll make himself known. Are we done here?
I've nothing more for you. I hope you found the contents of the chest satisfying. My superiors want me to convey their thanks. The Crows aren't accepting any new contracts on you.
Good.
And when this blight ends, we'd love you to visit Antiva to discuss other opportunities.
You want to talk straight with me now?
I did what I had to do, but there's no more need for word games.
So who contracted all the assassinations?
The Civil War brought many old grudges to a boil. You'll be pleased to know that those contracts helped your own cause, some more directly than others. After all, it is not in the Crow's best interest that the Archdemon wins.
I would assume not. Then why were you trying to kill me before?
For a time, we thought that Logain was the only man for the job. But that's before we got to know you. It was too late then, of course. Talisan had already accepted a contract. Even now, until you kill all of Talisan's men, you will have to fight my brothers. We never cancel a contract once accepted.
Can I join the Crows? Later, not right now.
Just visit us in Antiva when all is said and done.
You know, I was expecting to be double-crossed.
And I was expecting the same. But our order has survived the centuries because we always uphold our deals. Like I said, sending Zebran after you was nothing personal. We've determined you are a far better ally than an enemy.
Well, our business is done then.
Just remember our offer. We could really use someone with your talents. It's time for me to take a vacation. Caesar has a special stock of wares that might interest you. It was a pleasure working with you, Warden. Luck be to you.
Okay, thanks. And all that. Okay, so can actually go back out and see Caesar's special stock of wares. Memory serves a lot more like poisons and things like that. Special assassin type things, so to speak. Hello.
You're back. You need something?
Master Ignacio mentioned your special stock.
Oh, yes, yes. Look over here.
Okay. So some somewhat better weapons. I mean, this is good and all, but I don't really use crossbows, so I'm just gonna go ahead and sell it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so spell resistance. Really gotta start remembering I have all these poisons and start using them. Oh, I'm so bad about it. Oh my god. Okay. And then... he has a bunch of different, like, severe poisons and things, and poison-making items. Okay, so we are done with that. I believe that is pretty much all we can do in Denerim until the lands meet for the most part. I mean, we might come back here a couple of times for quests, and whenever we do the Sacred Ashes and get all the Drake scales and the dragon scales and stuff, we can come back and see Master Wade to have him make our armor. But other than that, we're mostly done in Denerim for now, except for that Alley of Murders quest. But I think I am going to do a separate video for that, and that might be the next one I do to just kind of knock it out. So, for now, let's go ahead and head back to camp. Talk to everyone a little bit, and then kind of decide what we want to do from there. There. Hello, puppy.
Yes, it is good to have my sword at my side again. I call her Asala, the soul, my soul. She is forged from rare blue steel and has served me faithfully for many years.
I love how he talks with our dog.
Yes. You understand what it is like to have a weapon that is part of you. Few others do.
Okay. Trying to find a way through the earth, are we? It's going to take some time, you know. Apparently he does not care. Well, good luck with that. I believe that is our last, like, special, like, cutscene or interaction with our dog. I think it's just general petting him now. Yeah. Everyone else has talked to him and stuff, so... Good puppy. Hey, Zeb.
What say you?
Care to answer some questions. This is a romance start line, so since we're with Alistair, we are going to avoid that line.
By all means.
Tell me more about your adventures.
Again? Well now, what might interest you, I wonder? Shall I describe the stages involved with Lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once.
I suppose it would be good to know in case I ever use it. Sounds like fun.
Haha, you have rather macabre tastes, I see. I like that. Let's see. How about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Azrin. Did you hear of that down in these parts?
You killed a prince?
Me? Not personally, but I did take part in the attack. Prince Azrin was fourth in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocel from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Azrin once and for all. I was in one of those cells.
Is this sort of thing common in Antiva?
Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of commoners, after all, would you? And this means they get involved in politics quite often.
Good to
This
know.
particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a crow on the throne, a commoner. But that's a whole different story. I played a very small part.
What'd you do?
My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in a river and nearly drowned.
Oh.
I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. Made off with my boots, too. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history.
You're very lucky.
It's true. I live a charmed life. One of the prostitutes that raised me was a fortune teller. Said I wouldn't die young. She was rather startled by that. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh?
His stories are interesting.
What's on your mind?
Yeah, have you changed your mind about Alistair and me?
I have watched you for a time, and perhaps I was wrong. There seems to be something special between the two of you.
Yeah.
He seems less guarded when in your company, allows himself to relax, and he seems genuinely happy.
I'm happy with him.
I think I was too harsh in my judgment before, and I am sorry.
You wanted the best for both of us.
What you have may not last forever. Death and duty may part you, but love's worthiness is not diminished because of that. I should have seen this before. Instead, you learn to cherish every precious moment that you spend together, knowing that it may be the last. And for those of us watching, well, it brings warmth to these old bones to know that something so beautiful can be found in the midst of chaos and strife.
Oh, we went up a level. That's good.
What's on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
What about demons?
I could sense the demons, too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Do spirits watch people like that?
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
You mean it protected you?
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
And also in your fight with Petra's demon.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
I'm glad you think traveling with me is worthy of your time.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare her for the task that is yet before her. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger wagging.
I'll hold you to it.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help. What's on your mind?
Is there something we can do to cure you?
Cure me? What, am I sick now?
You're a little dead?
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child. Your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
I don't fear death, it's the dying that scares me.
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content. It is enough.
Are you content?
I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the Fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we?
Okay. Let's see. Let's tell Liliana a bit.
I know that look. You have something on your mind, don't you?
Need to talk.
Of course.
Let's see. Are you feeling better about what happened with Marjolaine?
Yes, a little better. Time heals all wounds, so they say. Scars remain, but they are just colors in the painting that is my life, no?
They add to the complexity and beauty of the piece.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. I wish things had happened differently, but knowing her and knowing me, I don't think it could have. We had good times, though, and I look back on those fondly. Whatever happened after will never change the truth of the past.
You know you can talk to me if you need to.
It's not so bad. Look, now I have new friends, a new family. In spite of it all, life is good.
Good.
I know that look. You have something on your mind, don't you? Of course.
Let's ask her to do another story.
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Let's see. Do you know any Ferelden legends?
I know one. Told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Morgan's mother is called Flemeth?
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists?
Well, that sounds about right. But she didn't introduce herself that way.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Flemeth was once beautiful?
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. when she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
Plot thickens.
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many Chasing men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
Interesting. Hi, Akron.
Pull up a drink, Warden. Join me in my sodding hole.
Is something bothering you?
Nah, just tired is all. Did you want to talk about something?
I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
Do you miss Orzammar?
What? Miss Orzammar? Are you mad, in addition to being ugly?
Ugly? Seriously?
They treated me like a puddle fly back there. I'm never going back.
Okay.
Alright.
Aye.
Alright then.
Oh, okay. Moved him up a level.
I got a moment, sure. What about?
What's it like to be a warrior in Orzammar?
You get a sword or an axe, and are told to go out and defend your city. It's the best thing in the world. That is until you try to live in the city you saved.
What do you mean?
I mean, they train you to kill, teach you to harness your rage at the first noise you hear, then try to set 100 sodding rules about it. Like those provings. Ancestors show their favor through the strongest arm, right? So why so many rules saying how to fight, and when you win, and not to bloody kill? Killing's what swords are for.
I see what you mean.
You toss a nug to a deep stalker, you don't expect it not to eat the thing, right? This makes me cranky. Don't you have any other inane questions?
Not at the moment.
Alright.
Bye.
Alright then.
He is something else.
Yes? What can I do for you?
About your family.
Yes?
Did you miss them when you were young?
All the time. It's hard for a child, well, 12-year-old boy, but still a child, to go to sleep every night on a bed that's not your own, in a castle that's not your own, never being treated with the same love that parents dedicate to their own children. It was hard for a while. I kept in contact with my father, who, by the way, was very proud of my accomplishments, but a letter is not the same as his tender look or caring words, is it?
Felt sorry for you. Sometimes you look lonely.
I guess I couldn't help but feel lonely sometimes, especially on my birthday, or if I was scolded for something. But you know, I had many more good times than bad times. I enjoyed those smuggled treats, friendly looks, kind words. You have no idea how much I appreciated, and still appreciate, what you did for me. Thank you.
Wouldn't you have preferred to live with your family?
It's hard to say, even then. I missed my father so much, but at the same time, I knew I was making him proud by staying there and being the best I could be. And everybody was very kind to me. I just feel gratitude towards them all. Ultimately, I am who I am today because of my past.
Okay.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Let's ask you another question.
Yes?
About your family. You never told me about them, really.
I'm not sure there's much to tell that you don't already know. You saw my father once, the day he left me at Highever.
Do you miss him?
Yes. We've kept in contact through the years, letters to one another. Sometimes, I think that it's so very strange that I haven't seen him again. I wonder how he'd look now. I've even forgotten his voice. I hate that. Of course.
What about your mother?
I don't remember much about her, to be honest. The only memory I have is from when I was very small. She's holding me on her lap, sitting in front of the hearth, singing and smiling at me.
Well, that's a beautiful memory.
It is, isn't it? I really treasure it. Of course.
Do you ever think of going back to the Benorn?
I'd very much like to. What worries me, however, is this blight we are fighting against. I can't help but to think how things are going at the Benorn, if my father is safe. Of course.
Do you have any siblings?
No. None living, at least. My mother died during childbirth. My father raised me alone, never remarried. Maybe he was too sad to do so. I don't know. We never really talked about it, given the fact that I was a child when I saw him last. And after that, all our contact was in letter form. That subject is definitely not good to mention in letters. Of course.
Why couldn't you stay with them?
My father was adamant. I begged and cried when he told me he was leaving me in the service of an important lord in Highever. I didn't even know where Highever was, only that it was far away and that I may not see my father again. He told me how important it was for me to go, and how I would thank him later. I guess I do thank him. Of course.
Well...
I don't remember much about her, to be honest. The only memory I have is from when I was very small. She's holding me on her lap, sitting in front of the hearth, singing and smiling at me.
Okay, what happened to her?
She died during childbirth. I was 3 years old when she and my baby sister passed. My father raised me alone, never remarried.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
It still saddens me when I think of it all, but it was a very long time ago.
Okay, we're gonna go.
We should.
What, no approval for that? Jeez, he is so stingy with his approval. Hi, Alistair.
Something you need, my dear?
I will never like that greeting. Never!
Of course.
So why did you keep your birthright a secret?
You never asked?
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, are you a prince or a king or anything like that? I just wanted to know. I'm hurt you didn't trust me.
No, please don't think that. It's not that I didn't trust you. It's... Please, let me try to explain. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
I guess I can understand.
I should have told you, anyway. It was important for you to know. I guess part of me likes you not knowing.
Why? What happens when people find out?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
Doesn't sound stupid.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Al-Eman is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's alright. Oh, I hope he's alright. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
I do like you. I thought that was pretty clear at this point.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go. Something you need, my dear?
Might be the last...
Of course.
Yep, it's just Grey Warden discussions now. Okay. Let me come back to Sten. Hello, Shale.
It speaks.
It does.
It doesn't have better things to do.
How'd you end up in Hunleith? Do you remember?
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
I would have thought you would have enjoyed scaring humans.
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some scary thing.
Aww.
Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself.
Why were you in front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
His wife?
I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down.
Oh my.
Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
How does someone shrink a golem?
With a chisel. And a lot of nerve.
Oh my. So you didn't like, Wilhelm, huh?
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much, his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
Yes, a fortune.
Good. Clearly, I am worth it.
How do you remember anything before Hunleith?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
Okay.
Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
You're my favorite, Shale. I love you.
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you?
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes. By Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were.
Yeah.
Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
You had no trouble with them?
I am unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part, or perhaps she was merely amused. I will never know. Flemeth would warn them, once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Surely more would have followed.
Sometimes. Eventually. Thankfully, the Wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
They got what they deserved, I guess.
Perhaps they did. Still, I do not begrudge them doing what they believe is necessary. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates, and apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
I agree.
Oh, I hope you're not simply being agreeable. It would be a refreshing change. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Okay, let's talk to Sten a little. I don't know if I'm ready to dive into his special conversations, because they are quite lengthy. They chain into sometimes 3 or 4 additional conversations.
What is your wish, Kadan?
Oh, Kadan.
I am hardly surprised.
I believe we've asked him this, but let's double check to be sure.
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are. Very well.
Okay.
As you wish.
I want to see where everyone is at. We know Alistair's at love. Liliana, I believe, is at full friendship. Oh, she leveled up. Ooh, we can get her strength up and give her some better armor. Yay! Pop up her cunning just a bit. Let's see. Evasion would probably be good for her, but let's see. Or we can, yeah, let's do this one. Pinpoint strike. Finish off that. Yeah, she's at 100 friendly. Morgan is at plus 100 warm. She'll switch over to friendly as soon as we take care of Flemeth. Puppy is of course at 100 friendly. Okay, so got most of his stats where I want them, so now we're just gonna be add more into strength. When is a warm? He is still a warm up. He is tough. Ogren, getting up there. Definitely want to get his constitution up. Zevron. Probably wouldn't hurt to give him a little more constitution too. I forgot he was that low. I was like, whoa, that's shockingly low. Okay, need some more defense. Sten and Shayla are our last ones. Let's see, Sten is, yeah, he is almost maxed out. Okay, I have to get his dex up just a bit more, yeah. Maybe he'll be more likely to dodge attacks. And then Shale. her to give her a little more willpower too. Okay. Let's see. Skills, yes. He's got all 4. She's got all 4. Morgan's got all 4. Happy has some. One's got 2. I guess he doesn't get the little bonuses. I'm not really sure. It's been a long time since I've used his mod. Alright. So we're all getting up there in leveling in our skills. So
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
we can take out Flemeth.
Indeed.
We'll give it a shot. Actually, wanna give that a chance to reset.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed.
Okay. She may defeat us. It's hard to say. I've beaten her at much lower levels before, but it just kind of depends. I can put that on everybody. I do want to check Liliana's arrows. Yeah, she can just keep those for now. Okay. Yeah, this should be lots of fun. Okay.
All right.
Hello.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say?
We know your little secret.
Which one, I wonder? What has Morrigan told you? What little plan has she hatched this time?
She knows how you extend your natural lifespan.
That she does. The question is, do you? But it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn?
What do you mean?
Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain.
And what happens to you?
I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that?
And you think she's just gonna believe it?
We believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do.
And what do I get out of it?
You get to keep her for a time.
I don't think so.
Shame. What will it be then?
Well, I'm gonna have to take you out.
It is a dance poor Flemeth knows well. Let us see if she remembers the steps. Come, she will earn what she takes. I'd have it no other way.
Oh, fun. Okay, so let's see. Plymouth, that. Okay, Alistair is gonna need some more health.
Oh, time to play.
And about to go down again. Oh, we got her! Yay! Haha, victory! And her key. That's a cool looking key. Alright. Nobody died! Wow! Okay.
And I'm off.
Okay, I think it's just Flemeth's extra special chest.
Yes.
Her grimoire, and then new robes for Morrigan. They're actually really good, except you've got the whole -1 willpower that's supposed to be like, you know, so that she could possess her or whatever. Okay, so we got that. Let's head back to camp, talk to Morrigan.
All right.
I do have the Morrigan restoration patch, so should be slightly different. We actually could have come back here with her with the Morrigan restoration patch, and you get kind of this extra little scene, but she is like super mad at you for bringing her there, so I generally don't do it. Oh, yep. Slightly different cutscene. Hi!
You have returned from the wilds, alive. What news have you?
Flemeth is dead. You're free.
Dead?
For now.
You actually managed it? I barely dared to hope 'twas even possible. And the real grimoire, did you find it?
I did. Here it is.
And so here it is. Fantastic. And thank you for helping me. No one has ever... Thank you.
You're welcome.
We are hopefully free of any further pressing obligations involving my protection. Let us return to the road, shall we?
Okay. Make sure it actually took it out of my inventory. Yep. So that should have switched us over to full friendship with her. Let's double check. Yep, plus 100 friendly.
Tis a curious thing. I do not know how else to describe it.
You look confused?
Indeed I am, a little. I am reminded of our first meeting in the wilds. I had been in animal form for some time, watching your progress. I was intrigued to see such a formidable woman, obviously more potent than the men she traveled with. Yet I resented it when Flemeth assigned me to travel with you. I assumed that, at best, you would drive me from your company as soon as we left the wilds.
Why would I do that?
I am aware that I have little talent for forming friendships, to put it lightly. 'Tis something I know nothing of, nor ever thought I needed. Yet when I discovered Flemeth's plans, you did not abandon me. Whatever your reasons, you fought what must have been a terrible battle without hope of real reward.
I did it because I'm your friend.
And that is what I do not understand. Of all the things I could have imagined would have resulted when Flemeth told me to go with you, the very last would have been that I would find in you a friend, perhaps even a sister.
Aww.
I want you to know that while I may not always prove worthy of your friendship, I will always value it. But enough of such idle talk. There are more useful things to be done, surely.
Very cute. Okay, so about to end. I thought we would do one of these little quick romance mods. Before we do that, actually I have to change Alistair's clothes for this one because massive armor clips really bad, so that should do it. Alrighty. Hot water. Oh, well, that was very sweet. So I think this is a good place to end the episode. I think next time I will go ahead and do that Alley of Murders mod so we can kind of experience that. If you're enjoying the videos, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot and it's very much appreciated. Thanks, guys.